The lease is signed on a house of cards, and the wind is picking up tonight. I've been playing house in a graveyard, trying to keep the pot light inside. We lived on moments that weren't our own, on a calendar we stole from someone else. But the seeds of maybe that we sowed are drying up upon the kitchen shelf. I saw the shadow on the sundial move. I felt the wind, your morning kiss. We had a rhythm we were meant to lose, a temporary kind of bliss. The clock has finally caught its breath. The debt is due, the ink is dry. I'm staring at the ghost of us to death, and I've run out of ways to ask you why we were a season, not a shore of fading light through a closing door. The interest killed us, now it's time, because our borrowed time is up. I'm packing boxes with the things you lent, the books you never read, the shirts I wore. Every hour was $1 spent that we couldn't really afford anymore. We traded years for a couple of months and hoped the sun would never have to set. But the universe only lets you cheat it once, and now it's come to claim its final day. It's the silence when the music stops, it's the falling of the final drops. We were living on a high-wire string, waiting for the snap that the truth would bring. No more extensions, no more grace, just the empty look upon your face. The clock has finally caught its breath. The debt is due, the ink is dry. I'm staring at the ghost of us to death, and I've run out of ways to ask you why we were a season, not a shore of fading light through a closing door. The interest killed us, now it's time, because our borrowed time is up. Hand back the keys to the dream. Nothing is ever as it seems. The meter's empty, the light is gone. I'm standing on the lawn alone. Borrowed time is never mine. Is up. Time 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 is up. The coffee's gone cold and the chips are ramming mug. I'm staring at the patterns near my feet. I've memorized the fibers in the hallway rug, and the way the shadows crawl across the street. I used to know the rhythm of your breathing at night, the way you'd hum while getting dressed for work. But now I'm just a witness to the fading light and lonely little corners where you lurk. My phone is face down on the kitchen wood. I'm waiting for a ghost to make a sound. I'd change the ending if I only could, but I'm anchored to the square of solid ground. So I'm just counting towels on the bathroom floor, anything to keep from looking at the door. 1 for the silence, 2 for the space, 3 for the way I can't forget your face. There are 64 squares from the wall to the sink, just enough room to sit here and think. If I look up, I'll see the bed is neatly made. So I'll stay down here until the break of dawn, tracing the ground where the colors start to fade. Yeah, I'm just counting on the bathroom floor, anything to keep from looking at the door. 1 for the silence, 2 for the space, 3 for the way I can't forget your face. There are 64 squares from the wall to the sink, just enough room to sit here and think how life can get small, how a heart can get poor. While I'm down here counting tiles on the floor. 65, 66 are some things that a floor can't fix. 67, 68, I'm just a little bit too late, just staring at the white and gray, counting the pieces of a broken day, one by one, until I'm done. I watched you drift for 1,000 miles while I was anchored to the pier. I traded my truth for your hollow smiles until the shoreline disappeared. I thought if I followed the wake you left, I'd find the heart of the deep blue sea. But I'm navigating a house of theft, and you're a wave moving away from me. The stars are blurring in a streak so wide, the compass is spinning out of control. I'm losing my grip on the edge of the night, with a heavy saltwater hold of my soul. Now I'm crashing into oceans that I thought were shallow, drowning in the secrets that you wouldn't say, falling through the blue, chasing after your shadow, watching all our colors wash the charcoal gray. It's a long way down when the love runs out, and the surface is a mirror I can't break through. I'm losing the air, I'm screaming in doubt, crashing into oceans made of losing you. The pressure is building against my chest, like the weight of the years we spent. I'm finding the things that you never confessed in the wreckage of where our promises went. There are ghosts in the current, there's ice in the dark, and the silence is louder than the storm. I'm looking for a glimmer, a light or a spark, but the water is freezing where you used to be warm. They say the sea forgets everything it takes, but I remember the salt on your skin. I'm counting the ripples of all my mistakes as the tide pulls me under and the end begins. Yeah, I'm crashing into oceans that I thought were shallow, drowning in the secrets that you wouldn't say, falling through the blue, chasing after your shadow, watching all our colors wash the charcoal gray. It's a long way down when the love runs out, and the surface is a mirror I can't break through. I'm losing the air, I'm screaming in doubt, crashing into oceans made of losing you. That's what it's like to finally be free. Just the way, just the blue, just the deep dark memory of you crashing down, going under now, crashing in oceans, into oceans, losing you. I kept your sweater in a seated chest, thinking time would do the heavy lifting. But the silence here is a violent guest, and the gravity of us is shifting. You walked away without a backward glance. I stayed behind to sweep up the debris. I gave the ghost of us a second chance, but you were already a memory. They say the first cut is the deepest mistake, but they never tell you how the man can fail. There's only so much pressure glue can take before the jagged lines begin to pale. I thought I'd healed, I thought I'd survived the fall, but seeing you tonight against the light proves I never fixed the cracks at all. And glass hearts always break twice. The first time was a scream into the dark, a sudden crash that left the room so cold. But this time is a quiet dying spark, the story ending just like I was told. It's the way you look at her like I'm a ghost, the way you use the words that used to be mine. It's the realization I fear the most. I'm just a fracture in your timeline. Silver linings are just sharp edges now, carefully placed to keep the world away. I made a promise, I made a silent vow that I wouldn't let the damage stay. But glass is glass, no matter how you pray. They say the first cut is the deepest mistake, but they never tell you how the man can fail. There's only so much pressure glue can take before the jagged lines begin to pale. I thought I'd healed, I thought I'd survived the fall, but seeing you tonight against the light proves I never fixed the cracks at all. And glass hearts always break twice. Once for the love we couldn't keep, once for the promise you didn't mean. Now there's nothing left to sweep, just the space in between. Yeah, they always break twice, always twice. I don't look in the mirror much these days. The glass feels like a map of my mistakes. I'm lost inside a monochromatic haze, counting every single thing it takes to get out of bed and face the empty hall. where your ghost is always standing by the door. I memorize the cracks upon the wall, and the way the light dies on the hardwood floor. Every I love you was a promise made of thin air. Every I'll stay was a debt you couldn't pay. Now I'm sitting in the dark of this kitchen chair, watching the colors bleed out into gray. I'm keeping count of every jagged scar, the one from the night you didn't come home, the one from the wish on the falling star that left me standing in the rain alone. They say that time is supposed to be the cure, but I'm just tallying the damage in the dark, learning how much a broken heart can endure before there's nothing left to find the spark. Yeah, I'm just keeping count of the scars. There's a mark on my wrist from the watch you gave that stopped ticking the moment that you left. I'm digging through the things I couldn't say in the hollowed out silence of the step. You took the music and you took the light, and you left me with a history of stings. Now I spend the middle of every lonely night checking the edges of these broken things. One for the lies told with a smile, two for the secrets you kept in your sleeve, three for the distance of every mile between the person I am and the one who'd believe. I'm keeping count of every jagged scar, the one from the night you didn't come home, the one from the wish on the falling star that left me standing in the rain alone. They say that time is supposed to be the cure, but I'm just tallying the damage in the dark, learning how much a broken heart can endure before there's nothing left to find the spark. Yeah, I'm just keeping count of the scars. This one's for the way you said goodbye, this one's for the truth behind the lie. My skin is a ledger of a love gone wrong, wrong. I've been counting for so long, so long. Just another mark on the bone, another night on my own, keeping count, keeping count, keeping count. I'm still setting the table for two. Habits are the hardest ghosts to kill. I keep reaching for the ghost of you across the space you used to fill. The clock on the wall is a hammer blow in a house that's forgotten how to speak. I'm watching the fire turn to ash and snow, and the floorboards are starting to feel weak. I used to fear the screaming matches, the slamming doors, and the bitter heat. But there's a cold that no flame catches when the surrender is complete. We ran out of words to throw, we ran out of tears to spend. I didn't think it would end so low, with a quiet I can't comprehend. It wasn't a crash or a sudden spark or a message you forgot to send. It's just this stillness in the dark, because silence a frozen lake, smooth and wide and perfectly still. I'm holding my breath for my own sake, waiting for a voice that never will. I'd take a lie if it broke the air. I'd take a curse to feel the sting, but there's nobody left to even care. And the phone is a dead and heavy thing. They say it's golden, they say it's peace, but it's a cage with an invisible key. A slow motion, hollowed out release that's burying the best of you and me. We ran out of words to throw, we ran out of tears to spend. I didn't think it would end so low, with a quiet I can't comprehend. It wasn't a crash or a sudden spark or a message you forgot to send. It's just this stillness in the dark, because silence is the end. No goodbye, no go to hell, no I'm sorry to defend, just the ringing of a ghost town bell. Silence is the end. It's so quiet now. I'm standing where the pavement meets the ground, outside the house we used to call our own. I watch the blurred reflections in the glass and realize I've turned into a stone. You took the warmth, you took the summer skin, you took the parts of me that used to feel. Now there's a hollow where the heart had been, and nothing left that's soft enough to heal. The clouds are bruising purple in the sky. The first few drops are hidden like a ghost. I'm stripped of every shield and every lie, the version of me that you love the most. Now I'm just a skeleton in the rain. Everything I had has washed away. There's no more flesh to hide the silent pain, no words left for a mouth that cannot pray. Let the water rattle through my ribs, let the storm become my only friend. I'm just the white bone truth of all your fibs, waiting for the sky to reach the end. Yeah, I'm a skeleton in the rain. The neighbors stare through curtains drawn so tight at the stranger shivering beneath the storm. But I don't feel the cold or seek the light. I'm losing touch with everything once warm. The memories are dissolving in the flood. They I love yous are drowning in the street. I've got no heartbeat and I've got no blood, just the sound of thunder and retreat. Wash me clean of every touch you left, bleach the stains of us right off the bone. In the sudden shiver, in a state of theft, I am finally structurally alone. Now I'm just a skeleton in the rain. Everything I had has washed away. There's no more flesh to hide the silent pain, no words left for a mouth that cannot pray. Let the water rattle through No heart to break, no skin to ache, just a downpour on the porcelain frame. I can't even remember my own name, just white bones and gray stones in the rain. So cold, skeleton in the rain. I'm standing in the yard where the grass turned brown, watching the oxygen bleed out of the blue. There's a heavy kind of pressure settling down, the weight of every word I kept from you. The barometer is dropping like a stone in a well, and the birds have all gone quiet in the trees. I'm ringing the clapper of a cracked silver bell, begging for mercy I can't find on my knees. The stars are getting strangled by the smoke and the haze. The moon is just a memory of a lie. We spent the very last of our better days, and I'm giving up the ghost of the fight. So let the atmosphere collapse into the dirt. Let the ceiling of the world meet the floor of my heart. If the air is too thin for your name to survive, then I don't wanna breathe to stay alive. Let the clouds turn to lead. Let the gravity break. Let it crush every promise we were too weak to make. If you're not in the space that the heavens used to hold, then let the atmosphere collapse and turn to gold. The satellites are falling like sparks in the dark, crashing into oceans that have already gone dry. I'm looking for the embers of a long extinct spark, while the ozone is tearing in the corner of the sky. It's a beautiful disaster, this hollowed out lump, this vacuum where your heartbeat used to echo and ring. I'm tasting the salt on the tip of my tongue, the bitter lonely flavor that the end of us brings. The world around me starts to fade, a hollow shell, a broken facade. Every memory a sharp cold knife cutting through the remnants of our life. The silence screams where laughter used to bloom, trapped in this suffocating room. So let the atmosphere collapse into the dirt. Let the ceiling of the world meet the floor of my heart. If the air is too thin for your name to survive, then I don't wanna breathe to stay alive. Let the clouds turn to lead. Let the gravity break. Let it crush every promise we were too weak to make. If you're not in the space that the heavens used to hold, then let the atmosphere collapse and turn to cold. Fading out, it's all fading out. No more light left to see by, no more strength left to try by. Just the echo of your name in my chest. Finally putting love to the test. Let it collapse, let it fade until it nothing left but shade. Waiting for the sky to reach. I'm standing on the porch in the heavy gray, watching the birds fly south toward the light. I've been trying to find the words to make you stay, but the horizon is already folding in the night. The map we drew is soaked through with the dew, and the compass needle spinning in its case. I'm looking for a version of the blue that hasn't been erased by a ghost face. The air is getting thin and the wind is getting cold, like a story that's been told one too many times. I'm holding on to secrets that have turned to mold, while the bells of the cathedral start to chime. And I'm just waiting for the sky to reach the ground, to bury all the silence and the lack of sound. I'm waiting for the clouds to get too heavy to hold, to cover up the parts of us that grew so old. Let the ceiling crash down on the empty street, where our shadows used to move and our hearts would beat, until there's nowhere left for me to run or teach. I'm just waiting for the sky to come and reach. The neighbor's porch light flickers, then it dies, much like the spark I thought was in your eyes. I've been measuring the distance of the fall by the way the rain is streaking down the wall. Is it miles or is it inches to the end? Is it a break or is it just a bend? I'm standing with my chin up to the storm, missing the way your hands used to keep me warm. They say the stars are always there behind the gray, but I haven't seen a glimmer in 1,000 days. So let the atmosphere collapse into the dust, and take away the should have been, and take away the us. Let it fall, let it all just fall. And I'm just waiting for the sky to reach the ground, to bury all the silence and the lack of sound. I'm waiting for the clouds to get too heavy to hold, to cover up the parts of us that grew so old. Let the ceiling crash down on the empty street, where our shadows used to move and our hearts would beat, until there's nowhere left for me to run or teach. I'm just waiting for the sky to come and reach. I'm reaching up my hands to touch the mist, searching for the ghosts of the lips I kissed. Wait for the wait, wait for the dark, wait for the sky to leave its mark. Waiting for the sky, reach the ground, to reach me. It's coming down, it's finally coming down. I left the porch light burning low, just in case you forgot the way. But the shadows are the only things that grow. In the wreckage of another day, I find myself stopping at your door to tell you something small I saw downtown. And I remember you don't live here anymore, and the weight of it pulls me back down. The air is heavy with the things we didn't say, tangled in the curtains thick with dust. I'm living in the ghost of yesterday and the hollowed out remains of us. Now it's just whispers in empty halls, tapping like the rain against the glass. I'm tracing every crack along the walls, waiting for this haunting feeling to pass. I hear you laugh in the hum of the fridge, I feel you step on the creak of the floor, but I'm standing on a broken bridge and you're not on the other side no more. I tried to fill the rooms with radio sound to drown the quiet that you left behind, but every melody just circles round the memories I can't seem to unbind. I found a bobby pin beside the sink and a book you marked on page 49. It's a cruel kind of torture, don't you think? Surrounded by your life, but you are mine. The mirrors look different without your face. The hallway feels miles and miles long. I'm a stranger in a familiar place where everything is right, but everything is wrong. Now it's just whispers in empty halls, tapping like the rain against the glass. I'm tracing every crack along the walls, waiting for this haunting feeling to pass. I hear you laugh in the hum of the fridge, I feel you step on the creak of the floor, but I'm standing on a broken bridge and you're not on the other side no more. Did you take the sound of my name with you, or did you leave it here to fade? I'm talking to the walls like they can see me through, to the lonely, broken mess that we made. Just whispers in the empty halls. Ooh, I think I heard you call, but it's nothing